Camera number 187 of 365 is the Pentax P30N. I have already done the P30 and P30T, so I think this is the last of the series. It's a camera that requires batteries to operate, and when it does, it's an aperture priority camera, although you do have manual control. So let's go ahead and put some batteries in the camera first by putting the camera so that we can see the base. And sliding the base open, we can put our two LR44 batteries with the positive terminal facing uppermost, and then we just slide the plastic door into position, and then that's secure. While we're on the base here, we have a tripod mount and a little button that deactivates or disengages the film advance so that we can then rewind our film back into our canister. So turning the camera back, and it features the Pentax mount, and to take the lens off we simply press our button, which then puts the pin in that secures the lens. It does have provision for electrical contacts here, so that when it's in A, when the lens is set to A, the camera can be used in sort of automatic mode, I suppose you could call it. Otherwise the camera is in aperture priority mode when it's set to A on the camera. While we're in the front here, we have our lens close down lever or preview lever, and then on the other side we have provision for a manual cable release, and then we also have a memory lock button on the top here so that we can lock in our exposure, and if we have a subject that's slightly off center we can then lock that in, recompose, and then take our image. We have a light that I believe, if I'm correct, will illuminate if we set the self timer, so let's just test that. And the way we do that is the on off button, and then we have to press it further down, and then hopefully that will demonstrate. There we go. Counter for the self timer. Notice the mirror stays down until the there we go. Until the timer finishes. Okay, I think that's pretty much on the front there, so let's place our lens. You notice have the Pentax A zoom 28-80, which was used to take the images that you'll see at the end of the video, should you choose to stay to the end. Moving back to the top, we can just take it off self timer, and then we have our film advance and our counter, and then as I say, if we put it on A, it becomes an aperture priority, so the camera will set the correct shutter speed, which actually is seen as on the left hand side illuminates as a LED light with the number of the shutter speed. And then should we decide to go manual, we can then just set the manual, and I believe it's metered, so that the camera will tell us what it thinks it should be, and then we can either choose to obey or disobey. Or be more creative, perhaps, is another expression. I think that's pretty much it, really. Hot shoe. Viewfinder is quite nice and bright. To put the film in and out of the camera, we just simply lift the rewind crank, and then notice is DX coding has been included there, so we can't change that. Unless of course we go into manual mode, and then of course we can do what we like. So that's pretty much it. That is the Pentax P30N, and that has been camera number 187 of 365.